Hey, here's my vlog for December 27th, 2022. I think it's, can't remember what day of the week it is. Tuesday or something, but anyway, yeah, it's my birthday. I'm 49 today. So I have one more year and then I'm 50. So I'm fired up to party on, to bust my ass for the next year. I'm doing my video right now because I'm waiting for my computer to restart. It's was acting like ridiculously slow. I'm trying to add links to these images and it would like spin around for like 10 seconds every time I try to do anything. It was driving me insane. Barely manageable, and it's just tiny little HTML page, just one little table. Anyway, because I broke it off, I'm doing bi-weekly history test page right now. The links to Wikipedia. I like a couple weeks ago, I leveled it up to individual years, but then I looked at it and I saw there was room for icons, and then the which I'm gonna use to link to show the era with the icon. Icons are awesome that way, and to link to the Google Earth for the first 1,000 years of AD. I linked it to the city of Rome, which I haven't built yet, but I created the file for linking. And then after 1,000, the battles of that decade. So yeah, and I'm at like 1,110. I have to go all the way up to, I guess, 2,000. But yeah, that's when the computer just basically stopped working. It was just like right now, it's just trying to start. All my computer wants to do is just. Man, I have to cut this fatty lipoma out. You can see it. Um, so, I forgot to put my computer to sleep. Every time when I go to sleep, I just go to sleep. But I forgot to tuck my computer to bed. And that's when the computer has its chance to kind of, I guess, get caught up with its processes. And if you just keep your computer on and like work its ass off with all these different programs constantly, and then you just leave it, um, without letting it sleep like you do, I think that's what happens. It just gets really slow. So I need to start, because I saw a video a couple years ago. Some guy said, "Don't restart the computer. It's better to just make it sleep because that's when it can redo its thinking." So that's what I'm going to do from now on. Try to remember to put it to sleep. But sometimes when the computer's acting crazy slow and you're trying to do the same function over and over again, sometimes it can speed up that way. So anyway, it's and then I added the pages and the year to each Wikipedia page and fonted it, because pages and years. There, my computer just started. Pages and years, and I started the process a few minutes before I started this video. I was smoking weed for a few minutes. Yeah, like pages and time get their own font, and so yeah, I'm also having the link go to the time period on the flip side, because you have AD and BC. So you click on the number and that'll take you to the BC, the AD. It's a fun way to clip around. That's what I did with my Power 10 page, because you have bigger than human and smaller than human. But then but then I'm creating links to the timeline, my timeline, the world time page of the timeline of its corresponding year, decade. So there's like jam-packed with links. It's jam-packed with like, the little tables jam-packed with all things in there. Like you get a little table, you get the number of the decade, the image of representing that decade, because I have it broken up into like 5 different eras. For AD, I have the Colosseum until from 0 to 476, and then 476 until 1270. I have the Dark Age icon, and then at 1270, because that's Thomas Aquinas, that's when I have his book on my website, and that kind of breaks the dark spell of writing. The dark spell of writing is probably 600 years from Gregory the Great in the 600s and Theodosius to Thomas Aquinas in the 1200s. So, and then no, I'm sorry. From 476 to 800 is the Dark Ages, and then Middle Ages. I call it the Middle Ages, from 800 to 1270, because 800 is where the Catholic Church, Rome, and Germany, the Holy Roman Empire united, and the Pope, knighted the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, the Roman Emperor. So that was a watershed moment, I think, for Europe, kind of bringing it together. So that lasted until 1290, where Thomas Aquinas was, and then from 1290 to 1500, I have as what I call the Renaissance, and then or the early Renaissance, and then 1500 to 1630 is the late Renaissance. 1630 is where Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. So that's like another new time. And then that goes until the Enlightenment Part 2. I kind of have Renaissance, Enlightenment in 2 sections, which is the America 1770s until now. So that's like 6 different ones, and so they're just different images representing those. But I have to plug in the. So, anyways, for the links, I have the number of the decade that links you to the other decade from AD to BC, and then I have the link. That's one link, and then I have the link to the Google Earth of the battles of the city of Rome from the image, the icon, and then I have the link to the timeline page. So there's 3 different links to it. And then I have the information of how many pages to the Wikipedia, and how long it takes to read the Wikipedia, because I have it converted for 50 seconds per page. And I think I'm gonna no, of course. And then I have the link to the Wikipedia itself. Oh shit! I'm not destroying those links, am I? Oh shit, I can't check because my Dreamweaver has to load. I actually just hit it now. Hitting Google Earth, whatever, and then I have a link to the Wikipedia, and that comes that you click on that from the pages in the time. So so that's number from AD to BC, image from Google Earth, the timeline, and then Wikipedia. So that's 4 different links for each one of these tiny little boxes. I'm super fascinated with making websites dense, and making websites dense, that's kind of my whole thing. But making websites dense consists of 2 things. One of them is making it physically dense, where it's all like squished together. And then the other one would be making it color-codedly dense and font dense, where every font, every text representing a different thing is color-coded and font-coded. And then there's the link density, where every word links to another page or another part of the page. So there's 3 different levels to the density. If you can make all 3 of those density levels at 100%, whereas when I mean 100%, like you can't improve on it at all, because there's no room to put anything else, and there's nothing else to link it to, Like if you can link it and if you can fit it, then do it. That's the philosophy with my apartment. You know, like with the plants. I blew all my money. Like I'm so broke. I'm having to watch YouTube with the ads now because I can't pay for more YouTube. My like gecko's starving to death. I'm like it's like critical until the end of the month because I blew all my money. I spent too much money on my apartment, but last month I blew too much money, like $40 on these little potter plants that I'm because I want to get all the potter plants to so that there's not one little area, and these are little potter plants this big, not one little area in my entire apartment, in my living room and kitchen area, not in the hallway, but not my bedroom, because that's where the lights are. Not one area like, can't take a pot plant. Like the entire wall is filled up where you can't put anything on the wall because it's all filled up with like plants. And then my mom actually today is going to buy me a bunch of plants, so I guess we're going to plant them because then I can fill it all up with plants and then basically have my whole wall growing with plants. And plants grow really well off the wall. I mean, I could show you. They're just like from the lights that I have. I have like 35 light bulbs coming off the ceiling. So that's the same philosophy I have with my website. That there's literally no room for anything else. So the problem with that is it takes forever, and then of course your computer eventually gets so tired to the point where I was at right now, where I click on. I need to get in the habit of doing my videos when my computer's restarting, just restart it. But when you get to the point where you click on the image and then you click on the link and you just have to sit there and have it go for like 10 or 15 seconds, and then it comes, and then you have to wait for the load, and then you can click it, you know. And then sometimes if you click it, they shift, so then you link to the wrong thing, and it's like, oh my god, you know. So it's like a minute just to make a link. That's impossible. Like that's not workable. I can't believe I let it go this long. Because my Dreamweaver is still loading. Like I've been doing this whole video the whole time for a few minutes even before, trying to restart the computer and reload Dreamweaver. I have like 75 gigabytes extra on my computer, so that's not the problem. And I just did a update. So anyways, so that's what I'm up to. Yeah, so this is like a couple days. Detour from this other thing that I was trying to do, man. Man, I'm just detour after detour. It's like this is what happens when I work on my website as opposed to the Google Earth, because I look at like any one of my web pages needs work, but the work that any one of my web pages needs is like a couple days worth of work. You know, it's like 30 hours of work. So yeah, I just want to get done with this page, the biweekly history test page. Oh, and that's just I'm just doing the AD. I haven't even gotten started. I haven't even gotten started on the BC yet. I did the BCs already for adding. I prepped the BCs with the time, with the pages and the time, but I haven't posted them yet. Pasted them. So yeah, I have to do AD and then BC and then the future. And oh my god, this could take a couple more days. And then I'll go back to what I was doing before, which was, see, now I can't even remember. God, that's bad. Oh my God. Well, before that, I was working on adding icons to my timeline, and I had I was working on North Europe 1000 to 1500s, and I cut away a country, and I was working on it, so I need to go back on that, because I hate it when I cut stuff away and then I work on it, because I'm afraid that sometimes I come back on it and I never get around to pasting it back on because I just forget about it, because I see all these things, these cutaways, and I'm like, oh man, was that a cutaway that I wasted time on? Because then I delete it. I don't think that happens much, but like I'm having to keep it. It doesn't happen because I keep it in my mind. I have to remember to go back that one. But there was something that I was even working on before that. But whatever. Yeah, adding icons. Yeah, I think I was adding icons to some other thing. Like my education page. Oh yeah, I wanted to. I also wanted to. on the education page, on the links to all the different free audio history books, I need to uh, yeah, finish the big table that links to all the pages. But in order to do that, I have to actually finish the pages, and that's going to take forever. That's what I wanted to do, and that's I think is my priority. What I want to do, because and that's where the actual pages of the free audio history books, where you link the linking between the different books. I have a unique design where you click on it. It's the same as the way my rest of my website works, but you click on the little table and then it takes you to the bigger version of it. And then I have even a third level where it takes you to the whole thing, and I have to make sure that they're all linked. And then because I added a bunch of books, I think, since the last time I did it, so I have to recount the pages. That's the main thing I have to do. In fact, maybe I'll just do that and then fix the links later, because I have to add up all the books, make sure that the pages are all up to date. I mean, how many pages it is, by doing the arithmetic, and then adding that to the mother link, and then refiguring it so then I can then paste that on all the different pages, and then once and for all. I can't remember when I added that second wave of books, because that's not my intention. My website doesn't take longer than the average website as long as you do it right the first time. But if you do it twice, that's where my website just becomes like twice as time consuming as an average website, because you have to recalibrate everything. All the color coded tables everything is in, and everything, and the numbers, and the links that they all are, and all these things. And so somehow I just added a bunch of books, or maybe I'm pretty sure I added them, but maybe I just reorganized them. But yeah, I think I added them. So anyway, we'll see. But anyways, that's what I'm going to do after this. So I have so many things. That'll be like a week, and then I'm going to go and finish the icons on that page, North Europe from 1000 to 1500, and then and then just try to bust icons for my timeline. It's fun to do icons because I collected so much. So I just do a search, and there's like all these different icons for everything. Like even the most obscure things. There's like multiple icons. It's fun. It's awesome. And then I can. And then I can find icons, and I can go, oh, I need to replace that other icon because I have a better icon for it. And so yeah, that's what I'm up to. And I'm listening to. I was listening to the Generations book by Strauss and Howe because I got the book, and I wanted to listen to the audiobook and read the book at the same time, so I can memorize where all the charts are, because I'm going to utilize it for my timeline. But then I started listening to Actualize, that guy, actualize.org, the Actualize guy. He has 1.1 million subscribers, and he talks about spiral dynamics and evolutionary psychology, which is what my timeline is all about. And so I was watching all his videos. I want to watch the videos of all the people who do those videos so I can wrap my head around their heads, see what everybody's talking about, where their limitations are, and then build on my site. There's another thing that I wanted to do on my site, was this book that I got. I think this guy called Alexander Turchin, that and I didn't finish it, where he compiled like 3,000 data points of all these different kingdoms of history, and I wanted to plug those suckers in to it because I started, and yeah, that looks cool. So anyways, it's just like swamped. So anyways, but my mom said she would call me or come by at 12:30 to take me to, because it's my birthday, to take me to Southern Sun. It was her idea. We're gonna have beers and chicken wings, and maybe I'll get nachos, but probably just beer and chicken wing, because I don't want to fill up my belly. I'd rather just drink beer. I love those microbrew beers that they have there, man. I love the buzz that it gives me too, man. It's like such a better buzz than the buzz I normally get when I get alcohol, like when I get like Jägermeister or like whiskey or something, or even cheap beer. I feel kind of sickly, kind of like an OD on sugar. But when I get one of those microbrews, I'm like flying, dude. I feel like I'm stoned or something. It's fucking way better. I love the taste. So, and I kind of have a tradition for the last 25, whatever, some odd years, that on my birthday I like to drink alcohol. Not that much, but just a little bit. Do something different, I should treat myself to cleaning my room. But anyway, I hope my mom agrees to getting me at least 2 beers because I can't afford anything. I have like $40 in the bank. Something happened like for the last couple of months. I've been able to overspend my credit limit for like $2,000, and I can keep doing it. But they switched the rules. Like maybe my credit got fucked up, but now my credit card got switched off like way sooner. But it's not that big of a deal. I can always delve into my savings account that I set money aside for taxes, and then I can try to make up the taxes later because I don't have to pay taxes until April. So that's I think what we're gonna do actually today. Go and get money out of my savings so that I don't bounce any checks because I think one of my utilities comes out of my checking, which I only have like $40 in now. So um, I I'm at 18.3%. I don't know if that's high. I guess that's high, but I live like a freaking king, so it's awesome. I got everything that I needed. I got like so much. And I even have a bunch of stuff that I can work on that I haven't had time. I got this water fountain and like glowing mosaic for my deck that I'm going to do later. Anyway, glowing paint, glowing powder. Anyway, enough yapping. I'm talking a long time because I haven't done a video place. Look, my Dreamweaver is still loading. Um, maybe from all the links and the complicity of the website, maybe that's what overheats the computer, the Dreamweaver. My computer was totally overheated last night because the computer all around just isn't working very well. I have another computer, but it won't start. I need to get on Apple and have them help me restart it so I can start working on both of them again. But I haven't had the time. But anyway, what was I saying? What was I saying? I can something that I was doing. Um, oh man, I can't. Oh, totally lost my train of thought. Uh, whatever. Poof. So, yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, I was saying maybe my computer. Oh yeah, my computer wasn't working well the other day. I was on. I was on. So the other day when I think it was yesterday, when I was, or maybe the day before yesterday, Jesus, I was copying the words, the word count of the Wikipedia articles of the Depgates, and I wasn't doing it from Control A because I didn't want it to be inaccurate by copying all the other extraneous stuff. I wanted to do the actual consistent the same way, just the events. But also, it was too slow that way anyway. On those big pages, one of them was like 115 pages, and a lot of them were like 80 pages and stuff. And so when I hit Control A, it's just blank. But when I try to scroll to highlight the Wikipedia, like the Wikipedia page just turned white, and then it just stayed white, and then I couldn't scroll up and down it, and it would start to freeze. And I'm like, how big are these pages? And they're only like 80 pages. And I'm like, my website pages are like 3,300 pages, like way bigger. And my website doesn't do that. Like, so I think my website actually performs better to a huge scale than Wikipedia. Maybe because Wikipedia just has too many damn links. You know, Wikipedia is just littered with links. I don't know. But but yeah, my computer, dude. Uh, anyway, somebody wanted me to do a video about Washington, D.C. If anybody wants me to do videos, I'm open for business for videos now because I've become strategic and I've decided that I'm going to start doing videos when I time my videos to be done when I restart my computer because I have to restart my computer a lot. I think in order to keep it functioning, it's starting to go to hell. This is a 2015. I've had it 7 years, longer than I've had any computer. But one thing about slow computers, though, is one thing that I've been noticed is if you do the same thing over and over again with it, it kind of starts to speed up somehow. Like it, computers behave like humans. It seems like they get tired, you know, and they need to rest, and then they get distracted if you have them like move their mind. Like if like on Dreamweaver, you have tables within tables, and if you click on a table, like a little table, TD, whatever. You click on the one that's inside of everything, and then you click on the one next to it, it'll go there. If you click on the one next to it, it'll go there just fine, you know. But then if you click on another table, on like just above, like another big table and another part of the page, it'll like get freaked out, and that's how humans work. It's interesting. Humans and computers work the same way. Like if you're talking to a person, right, and you're saying, uh, what's your favorite? What do you like more, bunny rabbits or hares? Oh, I like bunnies. What do you like better, bunnies or hamsters? Oh, I like hamsters. What do you like better, hamsters or gerbils? Oh, I like gerbils. What do you like better, gerbils or Tyrannosaurus Rex? They'll be like, wait, what? You know what I mean? They have to like reshift. And then once you get them reshifted, that you go, okay, so what do you like better, Tyrannosaurus Rex or Triceratops? They'll be like Triceratops. What do you like better, Triceratops or pterodactyl? They'll be like pterodactyl. What do you like better, pterodactyl or bear? They'll be like, what? Recalibrate. That's how the computer works, just like a human. Anyway, I would love to read, if anybody knows of a computer scientist who wrote a book on how how computers get confused. I would love to understand the mechanics of how computers crash and get confused. That would be so fucking amazing. Anyway, because I'm just trying to picture in my head, like, you know, how does it, at what stage, and is that quantum? You know what I mean? And like, anyway, so that's enough talking. My God, I've talked almost a half hour, but it was like a few days. And my computer is still loading. Told you it was slow. I'm gonna go do a video now. If you have a request, do it. Somebody did a request about, and he's asked me like 3 times, and 2 people asked me about DC. All right, later.